person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color. In kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love. We come together. 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 In the name of love. We come together. 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 In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. We come together. We come together.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Springfield. We are going to begin our service in song today as we stand and sing Hark the Herald Angel Sings, and the words will be up on the PowerPoint.
Hark the herald angels sing, love is born, our joy we bring. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and children reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic host proclaim, love is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, love is born, our joy we bring. Hail the heaven-born grand light of peace, hail the rise of consciousness, light and life to all it brings, risen with healing in its wings. Mild we lay love's glory by, born that we no longer die, born to raise us all on earth, born to give a second birth. Hark the herald angels sing, love is born, our joy we bring.
You may be seated. Thank you, Kay and Alyssa. Well, we light the Christ candle here as a part of our connection to the greater unity movement, and we hold these individual ministries in prayer each week. And this week we hold all the ministries in the state of Maryland in prayer. So let's go within in prayer right now and think of this state on the East Coast, And we just see everyone there, filled with joy, filled with light, filled with a sense of optimism for the future. And we behold our world, this globe upon which we live, this spaceship going through space, as a place of abundance and goodness. Thank you, God. Amen. Well, we have come through a long journey in Advent that we began 1st of December in lighting the various candles on our wreath here today, and we are now going to light the fourth candle, which is the candle of joy. Remember back when you were a kid, it's Christmas time. That's harder for those of us who've been through a Christmas or two. But if we take time to reminisce a little, we can remember our homes, the Christmas trees, and the cookies that somebody else made, or maybe that we made, and all the presents under the tree. There was a glow in our hearts and our souls in anticipation of the arrival of that important day. And now that we're not physically kids, we've had to work a little harder at Christmas. Many, many times. We've been the one baking the cookies and decorating the trees and buying the presents, putting on the parties and the dinners. Now, if you're a member of the clergy, to be honest, it's a lot more work than usual. Planning usually starts around August, when it's 92 degrees outside, and you got to think about Christmas. Do we have enough candles? So those kinds of things come to mind. So in the production of Christmas and the busyness around it and the effort around it, sometimes we lose our sense of joy, and we've got to find it again. And so we light this candle for all of the children in the world, and in us, we are those. And we don't want to, any of us, lose that childlike sense about Christmas morning. We have to claim it back. And so we sing these songs, and we light this candle of joy and reclaim our sense of joy about Christmas. We're reading the Psalms. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And so we symbolically light this candle of joy. And now I'd like to invite forward our platform assistant today, Linda Cantor.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We are so glad that you are here to join us today for worship. We extend a special welcome to those of you visiting today for the first time. And on your way in, you should have received a welcome packet. We also have a gift for you. Please see one of our greeters after today's service. Unity is a worldwide spiritual movement. We are an inclusive community, and we welcome everyone. Our announcements for today, this evening, is our annual candle lighting service at 6:30. This event has traditionally been a time where friends throughout the years attend and reconnect. You are invited to join us in this special unity tradition and reawaken the Christ light within with music, singing, and fellowship. And you can please bring a dessert for a Christmas party afterwards. See details listed in the Monday email update about our other holiday happenings coming up: the burning bowl ceremony, Crystallize Your Intentions, Crystal Bowls meditation, and the White Stone ceremony. There will be no Reiki today. The 9 a.m. Spiritually Speaking class on Sundays is currently studying The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity by Catherine Ponder. Everyone is welcome to attend, and books are available from our bookstore. Please note that there will not be the weekly scheduled Tuesday prayer service during this holiday week, December 24th and 31st. Also, there will be no meetings for the weekly Wednesday gathering meditation, December 25th and January 1st. Upcoming events scheduled for our youth and family ministries are Creative Adventures happening today at noon and a play date on January 5th at noon. Both will be in the youth ed room. Next Sunday, December 29th, there will be an SOS team planning meeting after the service in the meditation board meeting room. Mark your calendars for the upcoming Thrive in 2025 Vision Board Adventure Workshop on Saturday, January 11th from 10 to noon. Facilitated by Jen Miller and Donna Studebaker. Please RSVP with Jen Miller if you plan to attend. Emails are sent out weekly that have information on current happenings and how to join in events. To sign up for our emails, ask a greeter for a blue card, fill out both sides, or visit our website to subscribe. Also, check out our website for up-to-date information at, all one word, unityofspringfieldil.org. We would like to give a special thank you to our SOS team for preparing, delivering, and serving meals to the shelter yesterday. Creating our lives and our world through the thoughts and beliefs we hold in mind is a spiritual principle we practice at Unity of Springfield. We also know this truth. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And our vision statement, a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission statement, we recognize God is love, individualized in all people. Therefore, we provide a positive environment for spiritual growth that empowers all to be God's love in the world. And our youth and family ministry affirmation. Family ministry empowers the next generation with loving kindness and acceptance, creating a sacred space for children, teens, and young adults to explore, discover, and experience spirituality. And for just a moment, I would like us all to hold Linda Schneider in the light. She is not feeling well today, and she was supposed to be my relief up here to read Daily Word, but I'm going to read it for her. Our word for today is joy. My Advent journey leads me to joy. There is a stirring in the air that calls me to rejoice. The imminent birth of the Christ into humanity is an exciting time. Joy is the welcoming of unconditional love and the deep knowing it is the birthright of all the world's beings. It is the awe felt at the birth of a baby, the scent of crisp, clean air, or watching a comet flame across the night sky. These are some of the wonders that bring me joy. I need not wait for these serendipitous happenings to awaken my joy. As I have embarked on the Advent journey, I have grown in faith, peace, and love. With joy, my Advent journey is nearing completion. This wonderful feeling of deep contentment, a full heart, and tranquil mind leads to the expectancy of the birth of the Christ within, the greatest gift I could receive. And from Matthew chapter 2, verse 10, when they saw the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. Again, the word for today is joy. And if you'll join me in the affirmation, my Advent journey leads me to joy. Before we hear today's meditation and message from Reverend Alden, we have special music being performed by Ron Kick.
Technicalities. So many little things in life. Hello. Hello. Hello to you too. Good morning. I think I'm ready. Yes. Yell. If Christmas was snow, it might melt, you know. Christmas might melt and run away. If it was mistletoe, it might kiss and go. Christmas might kiss and go away. If Christmas was toys, then little girls and boys might have to see their Christmas thrown away. 'Cause toys often break, and their hearts would ache to see their Christmas tossed away. But there is some news about Christmas. It doesn't have to go away. Oh, when you give love, even just a little hug, you'll have a little Christmas every day. That's harder than I thought. Oh, Santa is dear, how he brings lots of cheer. But Santa is here for just a day. And greater by far is the Bethlehem star, our first gift, our first Christmas day. He's the good news about Christmas that shines in our hearts every day. So give someone a hug with a heart of Christmas love, and you'll have a little Christmas every day. Yes, give someone a hug with a heart of Christmas love, and you'll have a little Christmas every day. Oh, thank you. So you're the closest, you're the first.
All right.
You are loved.
That is great. That was great. You guys make a fantastic musical team. And in many other ways, too. So. Well, let's take this moment now to bring our attention, our awareness within. And we begin that process by simply closing our eyes. And with that act of gently closing our eyes, we are announcing to our bodies, to our minds, and to our emotions that we are here now to engage in inner awareness, inner journeying, inner exploration, and that we'll have plenty of time later to do all the things in the outer that are required of us. And so let us become quiet, still. And it's not a hard thing to do. We simply discover within ourselves, within our hearts, that state of mind, that state of consciousness that's already calm, that's already peaceful. And to help us dive into that place of peace within, let us become aware of the flow of our breathing. Because as our breath goes, so does our awareness. And so the more relaxed that we can breathe in and breathe in deeply, and then release the breath and let it go, the more easily we can experience the calmness and the peace that is already within each one of us. And so once we begin to feel and sense that inner peace, that inner sense of complete relaxation and acceptance of who we are and where we are in life, when we can make peace with what's going on in our lives, it is then that we can begin to open our hearts, to open ourselves, to open our whole being to what we've been talking about so far this morning, that sense of Christmas joy. The word Christ is used in so many ways, but we understand it to mean that aspect of our being that is one with Spirit, one with God. That each one of us has within us, and really all around us, but within us, our Christ selves, our higher selves, our spiritual selves. And when we can feel and sense this presence within us, it is then that we can experience pure joy. And pure joy is the flow of energy. It's the flow of life. It's being able to look at any situation and notice the good, notice the potential, to notice something to be joyful about. And the more that we immerse ourselves in the Christ within, the more joyful we become. And so to experience this pure joy, we have to let go and leave behind many things. We need to leave behind self-defeating thinking. We need to leave behind fear. We need to leave behind excessive concern about ourselves and others. There's much that we have to let go of. And so we let go of it. And choose in this moment to let the joy that is naturally flowing from deep within ourselves, from the Christ presence within us, to come out. And as a result of that, our physical bodies take on a new and vital energy. Our minds become clearer. Our emotions harmonized, calmer. Life becomes easier. And all this has taken place right now, right here, within ourselves. Nothing in the outer has really changed. What has changed is us. And so for the next couple of minutes, let us sit in the quiet calm and peace of this place or wherever you're experiencing this meditation right now. And let the pure joy of the Christ flow through you for a moment in the silence. From the stillness, from the calm, from the deep center of our being, the Christ, we are each one of us expressing pure joy, pure excitement about life. And we come forth from this time of meditation with that in our minds. And that energy and that experience carries us forward into the rest of this day and beyond. And we are grateful for this opportunity we've had to be here right now and to experience our oneness with the Christ, our oneness with God, our oneness with Spirit. And we give thanks in the name and through the power of the living Christ presence within us all. And so it is. Amen. I'd like to thank everybody who's a part of this service, to Gay, Alyssa, and Ron, our music staff today, and to Linda Cantor, who is also Linda Schneider today. Where are you? The Lindas. Well, we send blessings to Linda Schneider right now and see her becoming healthy and in good health. And to Shelley and Danny back in the tech booth there, thank you. To Bill and Sandy, who are greeters today. And welcome to all of you who are watching us today on YouTube and Facebook. And now, unless you have personal servants, a manager, a very large trust fund, then you may have noticed that stuff costs more than before. We can pick whatever point in the past before was, but things seem to be costing more. And I remember one time I was looking for a motel room to go to a meeting somewhere. I think it was a minister's meeting, and I went online and I looked up, what I thought would be a very modest hotel to stay in overnight, the Econo Lodge. Now, generally, Econo Lodge, not on the high end of accommodations across our world, the United States. But this one, for some reason, was special. And for those of you who can't see this slide, with my AAA discount, the price of the room there was $899. Thank God for AAA discounts. Do you think I hit the book button when I saw this? What would you pay for a basic room at an Econo Lodge? Like $60 maybe? Something like that. Inflation hits people the hardest who make the least amount of money. That's always the case. And so if you are living modestly, you have to be very thrift-minded. Now, recently, I saw a report about the inflation rate for the month of November, and the inflation rate was listed at 8.9%. I said, 8.9%? And that the price of butter had gone up 34%. Holy smokes. Fruit and vegetables, 18.7%. There was a poll conducted, and 35% of people were cutting back on food. And I thought, I didn't think things were that bad. Where is this? Home of the red, white, and blue. Not what you're thinking, right? Do you know this flag? This is the flag of the Russian Federation, not our favorite country right now. But people are having a rough time there buying groceries because the inflation rate officially is 8.9%. It's a lot more than that, actually. So let us do a study. And when you're looking at producing things that people consume, you always look at the price of what? Butter. Butter. Okay, here's our economics lesson for today. You can look over here on the left. That's Auchan. That's actually a French supermarket that is active in Russia. You can go there and buy stuff. This is from their website from a couple days ago. You can buy that little package of butter there, 200 grams, for 239 rubles. What does that mean in our language? Well, 200 grams, go down further, is about 7 ounces. 7 ounces. And 239 rubles is $2.30. All right, we've got some facts here. Over here on this side, where you see the American flag, I went to the Aldi website. I shop at Aldi all the time. This store right over here, by the way, these were the prices if I wanted to buy this. And you can buy a whole pound of butter for $3.29. So the analysis that's down in the little blue box, you got this, everybody? You can't see it, I'll tell you. You can get a little less than 2 sticks of butter in Russia for $2.30. You can get 4 full sticks of butter in the United States for $3.29. So which one's the better deal? That's too much math, Reverend. Well, here's some more math, because to compare this country with our country, we have to compare things appropriately. So what we're going to do here is look at the minimum wage, because we can all look at minimum wages in different places. Well, there's a minimum wage over in Russia, established on January the 1st of this year. And in provincial Russia, it's different depending where you are. The minimum wage is $184 a month. In Moscow, it's more expensive. It's about $100 more a month, $281. The minimum wage in Illinois is going to go up in January, so it's currently at $14 an hour. Comes out to $2,520 a month if you work full-time. What do you think so far? Well, not everybody works for the minimum wage. A lot of people work for more than the minimum wage. So what do most people, like in these other parts of Russia, make? Well, in Moscow, the average wage is about 100,000 rubles a month. Sounds like a lot, right? Yeah, that's $959 a month for everything. Your rent, your utilities, your car payment, your food, and then you got some left over maybe for butter, right? The butter. In St. Petersburg, which is the other kind of fancy city in Russia, it's 85,000 rubles a month. That's $815 a month. But in provincial cities, the salary ranges a little bit. It ranges between $432 and $575 a month. So when you start looking at that $2.30 package of butter from that perspective, remember that 8.9% inflation rate? Yeah, that comes from the government. You know it's more. Kind of makes you think. Well, you know, at least there's some good news for people in Russia. Buckwheat, which is a staple Russian thing. You got to have buckwheat in your pantry. You can't read the number she's looking at there, but it's 154 rubles, $1.47. That's a bargain. That's a bargain. We can all live off that. Now, why am I bringing up all of this? Well, back in the United States, here in our country, the inflation rate this year is 2.7%. Not too shabby, but we all know it's been higher. I'm not trying to minimize the fact we've all dealt with increased prices, 8% in 2022, 4.1% 2023. I don't want to engage in too much schadenfreude of looking at Russia versus the United States, because the other thing that's more expensive in Russia versus here is the cost of money. You're thinking, well, what does money cost? Well, have you ever gone to get a loan for something? Have you ever buy a house? I just bought a house. And that interest rate that you pay is based on kind of the basic federal interest rate that's, you know, kind of a base that then you always pay more than that. Well, we're paying, was it 6 3/8 on our loan? Mm-hmm. The basic interest rate in Russia is 21%. So if you go to get a mortgage there for a house, what do you think it is, like 28? We make different choices about what we're going to experience, what we're going to purchase, based on what things cost, right? And we may put off buying something if the price of the product's too high or the price of money is too high. And I know there's a lot of anxiety in society right now because there's a proposal to make things even more expensive by placing tariffs on imported goods. Have you looked to see where your fruits and vegetables come from? I always like to look on the package and see where they come from. A lot of our food comes from 2 countries that border the United States. You know which ones they are. The avocados come from the one to the south, and these little cute tomatoes that are in these little things that taste so good, those are actually grown to our in our northern neighbor. I would not look forward to all that going up, because you know guacamole is an essential substance for everybody. You know, this past week, I went out and bought an Allen wrench. You're thinking, why did you buy an Allen wrench? Well, what happened last week is the front door out here security system, the thing that holds the door down, kind of got loose, and it was just flopping around in the breeze. It wouldn't latch. And I went over to try to fix it, and I could see, oh, it's an Allen wrench. So I got an Allen wrench out of the back of my car. I keep a lot of tools in the back of my car. And this thing wouldn't work. And I kept looking at it going, wait a minute, what's wrong with this? So I called Joe, the security system guy. By the way, that's his name, Joe. And he came over, and he showed me what you needed to fix it. And the thing is that the Allen wrenches I keep in my car have a flat edge on them, you know, they're like this. But that particular fixture there and the tightening mechanism has what's called a security hole. And you need a security Allen wrench that has the hole that goes over the little thing, and then you can turn it. And he showed it all to me, and I wanted him to show it to me because I didn't want to have to call him back again when it gets loose. Does that make sense? So I went to the hardware store to buy the Allen wrench fixture with the little security hole in it. And I did. I got this. Huh? And then I looked at these things and go, oh, I need something to turn it. So I bought this. Cute, huh? The salesperson tried to sell me the red one. I said, no, I want the green one. I like it. All this together cost $24 for one little nut to turn. Whoa. You know, the price of tools has gone up a lot. What do you do? What do we do? What's the natural instinct when prices go up? What's the human reflex? Yeah. Got to tighten our belts, right? We don't always spend like maybe we did before. Even businesses and organizations who are subject to sales or donations have to kind of rethink things a little bit. And why? Well, why this sense of caution? Well, because money is worth less than it is before. And the anticipation that sales and donations might drop off a little because of other people having to come up with more money to buy the essentials of life. And so there's an impulse to get lean and mean and mean and lean and mean, like all that. And to only, use what's necessary to get jobs done. We call that the survival mode. We do without stuff because stuff is more expensive. So people who are people, you, me, everybody, probably doing a little of this already. You go to the grocery store, and we would buy items maybe without even thinking about how much they cost. But then you walk by, of course, you know where I shop, I already told you, and you're looking at those special cookies. You know where they are. You shop there, you come in through the produce, and then they're right there on the left. Those oatmeal cookies with the little pieces of cranberry in them. Oh, And you look at those and you go, I can do without those. Think of all the weight I'm going to lose. Yeah, we rationalize to ourselves why we're making these choices. Now, there's nothing wrong with making new purchasing decisions. There's nothing negative about it. There's nothing non-unity about being efficient with our money. That's just smart. What we need to monitor is this feeling of tightening, the tightening that we feel in our gut, the tightening that we feel in our brains. And we know what that's like. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. And it's not necessary. It's totally unnecessary. Because we need to eliminate from our consciousness, from our language, these three words: I can't afford. I can't afford. We throw that phrase around all the time. I can't afford this. We do it. Let's admit that we do that sometimes. when what we really mean is not that. What we really mean is this: I choose not to purchase at this time those cookies. I'll buy them next week. Or that very bougie brand of coffee. Maybe I can find something else I like just as much. Or this concert I really want to go to. I remember talking with a friend of mine from Kansas City about this concert. It was a concert at Arrowhead Stadium with Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks. Ooh, not bad, got pretty good concert, yeah. And then I looked up how much it cost to go. Yeah, that's from Ticketmaster. There's the stadium. There's where the seats are. And that's where those seats are. And those seats cost $14,157 a piece. They are not Taylor Swift. If you want to see Taylor Swift, just get tickets to a Chiefs game, and she'll be up there and done, you know? And my comment back to my friend was, when he showed me this, I said, just don't go. Go on YouTube and watch Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks. Go see somebody else. We went to see one of my favorite bands a couple months ago in St. Louis. Paid, what, $45? Not bad. I choose not to purchase at this time. When we say that instead of I can't afford, it leaves the door open. We retain our sense of personal power to choose, to select, to decide. And at the same time, we're open to God as our source. We're open to the universe to maybe work out the details, if maybe that's something we want to do. Our intuition then becomes our guide into knowing whether to buy the tickets or not. We claim our power back and don't give it over to the I can't afford messaging. Yeah, stuff costs more. We don't control the prices others set for their goods and services. They do that. Nobody can change the prices in the store. I know we had somebody recently saying they could bring all those prices down. Remember? And I also heard that same person say that they couldn't do that. The president is not that powerful. So we're the ones who decide how we're going to respond to whatever the conditions are. Now, you remember that quote on the hotel? That Econo Lodge? Mm-hmm. With that awesome breakfast. For $899. Did I book that? No. Book this instead. The Baymont. Now, this is a nice Baymont. It's not like the one that's down here on Toronto Road. And you're all laughing at me. I stayed at that Baymont on my way up here last year. You have? Oh, my. You know what they had for breakfast at that Baymont down there? Ho-hos. I looked at that and I said, that's awesome. That is totally awesome. Oh, God. But this one, no ho-hos. Okay, breakfast, not, gourmet, but hey, but the price, $71.99. I chose not to purchase the Econo Lodge. In the book of Jeremiah, we read, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Now, Jeremiah was speaking to the Jews in exile in Babylon. They were going through a rough time. And what the prophet was trying to do is give them hope that they will be restored later back to their homeland in Judah. So what's the plan for us? Well, the plan is good. It's going to work out. We need to believe that a positive outcome is possible for us, whatever the situation, whether it's inflation or whatever. The one source is going to supply what we most need. Maybe it's not a Rolex. Maybe it's some other decent wristwatch, like this Seiko. Oh, this watch here never needs a battery. Do you know why? It's solar powered. This is my church watch, by the way. I wear it to church. When I go home, I put on the one I bought at Walmart for $10. My baby. If God is our source, and we affirm that here every Sunday, then why are we worried about inflation? Let's just live our lives the best we can. Stop moaning and complaining we don't live in Russia. Does anybody live in Russia? Didn't think so. Let's just learn to bless what we have. Be grateful for it. It's just simple things. And let's take it a step further. Let's have fun with inflation. He's like, right. No, I read in Thrivent magazine. Maybe you know this company called Thrivent. There was an article on 5 ways to save on Christmas entertaining. So, if you have to do some entertaining and you kind of think, well, how much money do I have for this? Listen now. Oh, wait. We need to go first to this slide. I apologize. I got my slides out of whack. Yeah. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. He said the inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every demand. There is really, in reality, no lack. Abundance is here now and manifest. It's here now and manifest. Now, Christmas entertaining. Here are the 5 things Thrivent magazine said you need to do. Number 1, take inventory. There you are up there in the corner. Look at what you already have in your pantry. You look at that can of beans, they'll eat it. Number 2, make it a potluck. Hey, that's a no-brainer. And have people kind of sign up for it so you don't all end up with, beans poured into a thing that you heat up. Number 3, snag some deals at a discount store. There's Dollar Tree down there. I know it's $1.50 now. $1.50 is not bad. And then give your friends some gift guidance, $5 and below, and there's actually a store you can go to where it is $5 and below. And then, in the middle there, you can go back to Dollar Tree, and you can get everything you need to set up a hot chocolate bar, because it's a lot cheaper than alcohol. So, inflation strategy for Christmas celebrations. We are all going to prosper anyway, regardless of the economy. I want to share a poem with you as we get to the end of my talk here that Jen Miller shared with me. It's very cool, and it helps us get our heads on straight about moving into the new year. I have faith in God and His power now guiding the world, its leaders, its institutions, its people. I have faith in the world and its destiny. I have faith that the power of God is mightier than any seeming power that threatens the forces of right. I have faith that my own good and the good of those dear to me is precious in His sight, and that even now the forces of good surround, enfold, and protect us. I have faith in God to strengthen me, to guide me in doing whatever in His sight is wise and the right and best, to fulfill the world's divine destiny and my own. Words of Ernest Wilson, one of our premier Unity ministers and writers, wrote this many years ago, and it's true today. there is this inexhaustible resource of spirit that is equal to every demand. As Charles Fillmore says, there is no reality in lack. Abundance is here now and manifest. I often present a song at the end of my talks that relates to the talk, and I was having a chat with our music director, Gay Kick, the other day about, oh, what song should I do? And I said, well, I did this one song like about 6 months ago about prosperity, and I played it for her on my guitar in my office. I keep a guitar in my office. And she said, yeah, go ahead and do that one. And I thought, oh, okay. And then I got to thinking to myself, what's the greatest prosperity song ever done? The greatest one, you know? And one that has a little bit of a Russian twist to it. You're thinking, what would that be? So I happened to find a YouTube from 17 years ago of some music that was presented after a prosperity talk at New Thought Unity Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. And so let's just see what you all think of it. Was that okay? Okay. If I were, yeah. Well, we have to try it on for size, don't we? So, all right. Well, as you can see, that was Christmas time with all the poinsettias around and everything. And that was a fun experience to have. What had happened is that I was one of the associate ministers at this church, and the lead minister went out of town at Christmas time, which is a weird time to go out of town, and left me in charge and said, I want you to do a Hanukkah service. And so I put together a Hanukkah service, and this is how we finished it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Well, we are now going to be singing a song called Angels We Have Heard on High, and the music will be on the screen. Dankeschön.
This will be a little different.
Yeah, it is different.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? Say, what may the tidings be which inspire your heavenly song? Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing, giving thanks on bended knee. Jesus is the Christ in me. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Now we're done?
We have completed our task in an excellent way. Thank you, Gay. Thank you, Alyssa. And now let us prepare for the receiving of offering. And if you have something to share to support our ministry, your gift, your tithe, your love offering, we have physical bowls at the front and back to receive that offering. If you'd like to give electronically, go to our website. We have a wonderful website if you haven't checked it out lately. It's unityofspringfieldil.org or org. You can also text a gift at 217-335-4121, or you can mail us a check at 417 East Cordelia Street, Springfield, Illinois, 62703. And now let us join together in praying our offering statement together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. Amen. And now let us pray together a prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is, and all as well. And now let us rise, join hands, if you'd like, as we sing, "Let There Be Peace on Earth."
Peace that was meant to be, with God as Creator, and we all agree. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Go on this day and be joyful and buy some butter.